US and Israeli attacks on Iran. What is happening on the sixth day of the war? As tensions continue to rise in the Middle East, military operations launched by the United States and Israel against Iran are continuing into the sixth day of the conflict. The military activity in the region has turned into a crisis that directly affects not only these three countries but also the entire Middle East and global security. According to experts, the course of the clashes in the coming days will determine whether the war remains a regional conflict or escalates into a global crisis. Airstrikes and strategic targets. Over the past 6 days, US and Israeli warplanes have carried out numerous airstrikes targeting Iran's military infrastructure. The attacks have particularly focused on missile depots, radar systems, and military bases. The Israeli military stated that it aims to weaken Iran's long-range missile capabilities, while the United States says the operations are being carried out to prevent potential attacks on its bases in the region. Meanwhile, Iran announced that it had activated its air defense systems and managed to intercept some of the attacks. Iranian officials stated that air defense systems are operating actively, especially around the capital Tehran and in several military zones. Iran's retaliatory moves. On the sixth day of the war, Iran also appears to have responded. The Iranian army and the Revolutionary Guards announced that they carried out missile and drone attacks against Israel. It is reported that some of these attacks were intercepted by Israel's air defense systems. There are also claims that Iran has targeted some US bases in the Middle East. It is reported that the alert level has been raised at several military bases, particularly in Iraq and the Gulf region. These developments are strengthening concerns that the war may not remain limited to Iran and Israel alone. Rising regional tensions. The expansion of the conflict is also affecting other actors in the Middle East. In particular, it has been reported that Hezbollah has increased its activity along the Lebanese border and that tensions with Israel have risen in certain areas. This situation raises the possibility that the war could spread to new fronts. Oil markets are also closely monitoring these developments. According to experts, Iran's control over the Persian Gulf, especially the Strait of Hormuz, poses a critical risk for global energy markets. If Iran makes any military move at this strategic passage, sharp increases in oil prices could occur. Are the doors of diplomacy still open? The international community continues its diplomatic efforts to prevent the conflict from escalating further. The United Nations and several European countries have called on the parties to exercise restraint, while it is claimed that back-channel diplomacy is also underway. However, so far there have been no clear signals of de-escalation from either